Hi, my name is Kaija and I like to bake. Feels really good to say that. Okay, joking aside, I like to bake. And I've just finished grad school and I'm currently living in Scotland where I'm not allowed to work in my chosen field. So I've got a little time on my hands until graduation. So I figured why not give this a go, put together some baking videos with some recipes that I like, make them a little boozy. Alright, tonight we're going to do a gin and tonic cake and give that a go with a little candied lime on top. Let's do it. Okay, so first off we're going to make our candied lime. I've got 2 limes here, but we're only going to use half of one. Okay. Got a few slices here. Only one full one, but I'm going to cut them all in half anyway. There we go. Nice little bits. Just like so. Okay. Then we got to boil up some water. You know how they say a washpot never boils? It's a lie. We've got our water boiling, so now we need to take our limes, our little sliced limes, and pop those into the water to blanch. So you boil them for about 2 minutes and then drain it. Okay, so then we're going to drain that, but I'm going to drain it directly into my pre-measured sugar because I want to really preserve that lime flavor. So I'm going to take my little sieve and then just pour it right over the bowl nice and slow. I'm going to pour this hot water and sugar right back into the pan. I'm going to take that hot water and sugar, mix that up real well, and then let that simmer, grow to a simmer before I put the limes back in. Alright, so this is going to simmer up real quick since that water's already hot. And I'm just going to plop these right back in there. And then I let that simmer until the little bits of rind and the pith in the center, all of that turns translucent so I can see through it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my butter and get that chopped up so it'll get nice and soft when I'm ready to mix it. For this I'm going to need 1 1/4 cup of butter or 300 grams. Here in Scotland butter comes packaged in 250 grams, so I'm going to just kind of cut one up and then eyeball the other.
See, make it clever, craft it into pieces. Make it sweet, crimp the edges, we'll make it sad.
And we got butter ready for softening. Ta-da! Okay, so I've got those off the cooker, and I'm just going to take them out real carefully with a fork and set it on some baking paper to cool. You'll want to let these sit for about an hour so that the sugar that's in there can really crystallize again and they'll be nice and candied. So we've got butter, and we want to put 1 1/2 cups of caster sugar in here as well, and then we'll cream it all together. So caster sugar is a little bit different than normal sugar. Regular granulated sugar is coarser. Caster sugar is a finer grind of the same sugar. That's all in there, and then we'll mix it up. Okay, so that's our light and fluffy butter sugar mixture. So then we add the eggs one at a time, mixing in between. So I'll put an egg, I'll put a little bit of flour, I'll put an egg, I'll put a little bit of flour.
And serve with lemon wedges. Even doubt can be delicious.
That's our eggs and butter. So, next up is the rest of our flour. So we've still got 3/4 of a cup to put in, and then a teaspoon of baking powder. So I don't have a zesting tool, so I just use the fine side of my cheese grater to make any zests that I need. It works pretty well. Should be looking kind of like a tennis ball that's been chewed by your dog for a while. And you should have a pile of what looks like tiny little model house grass clippings. Like that. So we add this into our cakes mixture. So this is the other half of the lime we used for the candied lime. Don't forget to check on the underside of your grater if that's how you're doing it. Make sure you get it all out of there. We want juice of half a lime, which is harder to do than it looks. And then our gin. So this recipe generally calls for 2 tablespoons, but I like to do a little bit more. And again, I don't measure anything, so I'm just gonna eyeball it. Okay, we'll call that good. It was a little over 2 shots worth of gin for me. And then I'll mix that all in with my mixer.
And it washes off of all the dirty dishes.
While we've got that first cake in the oven, we're gonna make a little syrup that will drizzle over and soak right into the cake while it's cooling. So we want some gin, some more of our castor sugar, and then we want the juice of 1 lime. All right, we'll let that cook